Hi James, just sending you this video through of what we did in the lesson this morning. We spoke about the launch monitor session you had, and with your driver you were actually hitting the ball a little bit steep. The club was coming a little bit steep into the ball. Although your spin rate's very good, you explained how the club is coming a little bit steeper, and because of this you're not getting the optimum trajectory that you could do. And by actually getting the club coming a little bit more shallow into the ball, you could actually get quite a bit more distance out of your driver. So that's what we worked on today. Although we did it with your iron swing, these changes are applicable to your driver swing as well. So we made a couple of changes. The first thing we did was we slightly widened your stance. So you can see here the video on the left was the original swing before we made any changes, and then the video on the right you can see how we've got the stance a little bit wider. What this has done is it's not only give you a more stable base to swing on, but it's slightly lowered the right shoulder at setup, and that's going to enable you to swing the club that little bit more shallow going back and coming through. Let's just take the club back to the top of the swing in that video on the left, and let's just see where we get to. Okay. Now we talked about at the top of your swing, it actually looks like you're hanging on your on your left leg a little bit. You haven't really transferred the weight onto your right leg. Although you've got a nice angle in your spine going off to the right hand side, the weight hasn't completely transferred onto that right leg. So what we did was we got you to have the feeling that as you were taking the club back, you were actually still going to keep your head nice and steady going back, but just feel like that left hip just draws in slightly as you turn away from the ball, and you can see you've created a little bit of daylight there between that blue line and your left hip. Now that's allowed you to fully turn the chest but fully turn the hips as well, and move the hips slightly to the right hand side, so the body weight's loaded a little bit more behind the golf ball, and that had quite a dramatic effect on your impact position as well. Let's just get rid of that line. As you come back into the ball, let's get you to the moment of impact. You can see there that the hips and the shoulders form pretty much a straight line, but after the changes we've made coming into the ball, let's get you into impact. There we go. Your hips are actually slightly leading your shoulders now. So your shoulders are that little bit more behind, the right shoulder's a little bit lower, and again that club head is coming that little bit more shallow into the ball. So all the changes that we made today, we didn't make them because they looked like they needed to be changed. We made them to make a difference in your ball flight. Okay, so have a little practice at that and let me know how you're getting on. Enjoyed the lesson today, James? I'll see you next time. Thank you.